Now then, so porting. I think the easiest way to do these videos is going to be me showing you what I'm going to do and then what I've done. Nobody wants to sit and watch somebody, well, maybe people do, I don't know, I don't want to sit watching somebody make bloody aluminium dust. So what have we done so far? I've opened up these transfers and they're stock. So as you can see, I'll zoom in a bit. There's loads more room here for flow compared to that. Plus, this gap here doesn't match your case, whereas this new gap does. So, just to show you, this is your base gasket. And you've got all this material here. Help if I put it on right way up. You've got all this metal here. That needs removing. And then up here as well. There's a bit to come off there. So the aim of the game is to get more in and in the right direction. That's why you notice there's a, it sort of shoots inwards there, because as it goes up there, it gets fired here out of both of them in an effort to push everything out of your exhaust. So we want to aim as charge towards back. So that's why that there flows that way, as opposed to just being bored out. So I'll get these other ones done, and then we'll move on to as exhaust and as inlet. So there we are. Primary and secondary parts done. I'm not touching the uppers, leave them as they are. So next we're going to do is exhaust. Now we're not hiring it, we're just going to widen it and square the top off. So to make sure I get a lovely parallel line all the way around there, straight as a die, we'll use as piston and as ring. So if you take your ring with your ring gap on the intake side, you just slide it in, and then with your piston at bottom dead centre, slide your cylinder on. You don't have to put your bolts in, but why not? But we'll only put 2 in. do. Now, looking through the exhaust port, what we're going to do is watch the piston, turning it, the crank, watch the piston come up and push that ring up till the top, the underside of the ring is level with the top of the exhaust port on the inside. There we are. Now if you are going to a predetermined timing number for your exhaust port roof, you'd set this up very similar, but you'd put your timing wheel on. And yeah, that's simple. So what we'll find now inside is that ring I was provided. A completely parallel line, reference point. It'll be parallel to the bottom of your cylinder and perpendicular to the cylinder walls. Posh words. There, as you can see. So now we can, with a marker pen, just put a line around there. We'll let that dry, and then we'll pop his ring out. In the meantime, we'll measure his exhaust port. So I'm reckoning we can take this exhaust port, can't really measure it that way. We're going to take this exhaust port to roughly 65% of your cylinder, of your piston, sorry, or your cylinder. So what we got there. Yeah, 44 point, I know it's upside down. This is the problem with being left-handed. 44.85. So what I'll do is work out what 70% of that is, and that's how wide of a radius of a diameter we can do as exhaust port. I'll mark all this out, I'll show you before I grind it. So there's his lines. Now this lower line this one here, this is that line there, the one parallel to the top, we can grind till we hit that line, but the sides, they're just a bit of a rough guide, so we'll keep checking for symmetry and width as we go. So I took the liberty to do the inlet while we were at it. But anyway, exhaust. So that's what it's like now. Again, we've widened it and flattened the top off. Hard to see really. It's substantially wider, and you can't see your face in it, but it's pretty damn smooth in there. The inlet, so we widened it. That's it. Well, no, that's not it. We've roughed it all up. Rough as hell in there. And that's just so we keep the petrol in suspension as a vapour. Kind of like why golf balls textured. It's daft as it sounds, there's less surface area when it's rough as arseholes like that. Yeah, I'm gonna run a horn up and down the, oh yeah, so all these edges we've been round and just given a quick touch of her, just to knock corners off. They're lovely and smooth in there. It's critical that it's smooth, or you'll just shag your cylinder up or snag a ring. Either way, not very nice. So yeah, I'll run a horn up and down it, and that's about that. So, parting numbers, what did we left exhaust alone. We could have raised it, but ultimately it doesn't need it, this little saw. So we've just widened it at the top only, in an effort to get all the gases out, bang, in one hit. The inlet, again, I didn't want to lower it, because, yeah, make it bigger, make it lower, more fuel goes in. But just remember that by lowering it, you're making the duration of the port being open longer. So what does that mean? Why is it negative? To my mind, as your piston comes down and covers, blocks this part, it starts building pressure in your crankcase, and then the fuel gets squirted up there under pressure built by the piston coming down. So the longer this is open, the less pressure you're building up in your crank. Also, you can get to a point where it's coming back this way and lathering your carburettor and all your air filter with fuel. Too much. So that's my rudimentary thoughts on why I chose these numbers. We'll clean it up and then we'll build it up and see what happens. See there.